All right, and so that moves us in directly to this heavyweight bout. Couple dudes who are going to throw, so I'm going to preface it with my biggie track, Flavor in Your Ear.
Ooh,
There's going to be a
cauliflower
lot
flavor.
of
It's
flavor.
definitely cauliflower flavor.
You got it, man. There's going to be a lot of flavor in the ear in this one. This is going to be a straight slobber knocker. I'm pumped about this one. We got Marcin Tybura, 3-fight win streak. He beat Spivak, Grishin, most recently Ben Rothwell. Prior to that, he had lost 4 of 5, so it's great to see that he's kind of adjusted his game, got back onto his winning ways, and you know, in that fight streak loss, he lost to our boy, the Black Beast, right? So nothing to be too disappointed with there. Hardy, on the flip side, he's on a roll, man. I know, you know, we have our choice words about him and his history, but nothing can take away from the role that he's on. He made easy work of Mo Green. That was, you know, that was something that was very impressive. He did get that unanimous victory against De Castro that followed up his loss to Volkov, and that no contest against Asali. I think he did some shady shit in that one. So
Yeah,
you know, he exactly. He does seem to be getting, you know, his mojo going, hitting his stride. But you know what I will say is, an under, anyone? Are we taking an under here?
So, funny enough, these are kind of the fights you want to be very careful of, those unders, right? Because these are the heavyweights you hate. These are the heavyweights that get tired and basically throw what we call technical strikes for 2 rounds. The reason I laugh at that is there's very little technique to it, and more so just trying to land. You know, we can break this down very well.
Just a lack of power.
Yeah, right? And it's funny watching 2 guys who think they still have power throw with power. So you get these grandpa strikes where guys are just... You know, and it's like whoever the smarter guy is to kind of, you know, use the energy correctly to land the right strikes over the course of those last 5 minutes. I mean, it's usually who kind of steals the victory, right? We know what both of these guys want to do. Greg Hardy's going to throw those basic combos. Greg Hardy's going to want to take his head off. Greg Hardy has found ways to employ leg kicks to his game to try and set up those shots. Now, those leg kicks, do I believe that they're going to be technically sound and powerful enough to kind of put a guy like Marcin Tybura out? No. Will they do some damage? Sure. Do I think Tybura can deal with that? 100%. Like, this is a guy that's losing, like, you know, Fabricio Verdum was hitting championship level at that point, you know, in 2017. So that's where, for me, I can see the losses to the good elite strikers being a problem. I'm sorry to say, I think I'm so over the Greg Hardy hype, and I just never really was on it. I mean, let's talk about a guy like Yorgan De Castro. Is there a guy that makes you laugh more? I'm sorry to say, but his fight, and you know me, I'm very respectful to fighters and martial artists. I am the only reason I'm even saying anything about this is even Dana is like, I can't, like, they're shocked they booked that fight. It was not fun. There was not many strikes thrown. In fact, Yorgan De Castro was coming off of his fight with Greg Hardy before that fight, which just was the ugliest. Like, I was so disappointed and just, I had no, you know what's weird? Of sentiment of disappointment when you had no expectations. I had 0 expectations going into that fight, but I was completely disappointed. So with that said, you know, looking at a guy like, you know, Greg Hardy, Yorgan De Castro fight, that went to a decision. What? Okay, fine. Maurice Green was having a lot of trouble with power strikes. Do you remember the fight against Gian Vellante? Maurice Green had a lot of trouble with Gian Vellante's power strikes in the first round as well. We know why he won that fight in the 3rd round, and it had nothing to do with how good his striking or stand-up was. Looking at Tybura, so, you know, he's not going to be a stand and trade from distance kind of guy. But, you know, I was even looking at some things like takedown defense and things like that. And, you know, looking at both of these guys have defensive striking identical, 57%. Striking accuracy, wow. Tybura comes in at 50%. Greg Hardy comes in at 49%. Takedown defense, Tybura comes in at 82%. Greg Hardy comes in at 83%. Like, these guys are so closely matched. So ask me, Pies, where do I see a difference?
Where do you see the difference, brother?
Experience, bro. You can give Hardy size. You can give him all of that, right? 2 inches in reach, a couple inches in height. But where I see this being different is if it's against the fence, who's the better fighter? If this goes to the ground, who's the better fighter? Every fight starts standing, but Marcin Tybura has been in there with guys like Derek Lewis. Do you in your heart believe that Greg Hardy is a harder puncher than Derek Lewis?
No chance.
So this is where, like, for me, we saw what you did on the come-up, Greg Hardy. You looked great. Contender Series, that kind of stuff. You looked wonderful. You might have single-handedly helped the Contender Series get that big that quickly. So good for you, good for Dana and all that stuff. But looking at these numbers, looking at the experience, at heavyweight, 35 years old isn't even that bad either. So all of those things coming into play, Tybura looking like he's kind of in his like second wave of a prime where he's now trying to kind of, make that second wave. I really believe that this is the fight that he can kind of put Hardy down on the ground again.
Are there any odds that you're hoping to get on him to maybe kind of push you in that range?
Oh, so here's the thing. Like, I'm so confident Tybura winning this fight, which is nothing. Like, and I'll be honest, you know how I feel about Greg Hardy as a fighter. This has nothing to do with personally. Like, I truly believe that he's been one of those guys that's been trajected like way too high in a lot of these fights. But he's been lucky against guys like Yorgan De Castro and Maurice Green, who I personally believe are nowhere close to being ranked in the top 20 heavyweights in the UFC. So now we're talking about a guy who's been comfortably sitting in the top 10 to top 15 for a half decade almost. So you see what I'm saying? So that line, let's go with a minus 200. If it's under minus one, like I can't comprehend that. Like, I wouldn't be able to understand Tybura coming in at anything below minus 200. And there's a good chance he does. Hardy gets the bug.
How about a live dog, my friend? How about a live dog?
No way, bro. What do you fucking mean? Sorry, I don't. What?
So yeah, when I did look last night, Greg Hardy was the minus 130 favorite. Tybura came in at a plus 110. Since then, if I look right now, it has dropped. So Tybura is a plus 100 now. Greg Hardy's minus 125. Do not be surprised to see minus 125 for Tybura soon enough.
Yo, pies. Oh my God. Okay, move on to the next fight. But guys, like, these are lines where I'm confused by them, and I don't even think there's more research to be done. I think we're seeing a card of grizzly veterans taking on some very hyped prospects. And Paisan, if you go back to our history, these are the fight cards that we succeeded very well. Very well. And seeing Tybura at a plus 100 against a guy like Greg Hardy makes me very, very, very concerned with, who's drinking on the job and stuff like that. But, that's not my concern, because I just got to take in that plus 100 while it's still out there till the guys who come in, I guess, day shift who are sober and fix all these problems that, a night shift team can usually do. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. I had to go check. I didn't even believe you. I had to go check. Fuck. I'm just blown away, man. And here's the thing, right? So this is my issue with Greg Hardy, right? The camp and everything. Like, he's got everything going for him. Hype, name, American top team coaching. Like, he's got everything going for him. But I'm just so keen on believing that Tybura is the way to go. Little things, you want to get real deep, pies. Let's see how many fighters from American top team have fought and beat Tybura. That's something to consider. Maybe that's the next little wave of information that we might need to see what kind of information that American top team might have as a camp against a fighter like Tybura. Scouting report, that kind of thing. Because, if they have like 3 or 4 heavyweights that have gone in and beaten Tybura, we can probably understand why that line looks like that. But whoever's digging that deep, all the power to you.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm sure there's going to be a shit ton of public money on Greg Hardy for sure.
That's where Pies, like, every time we talk about him, I say it every single time, that no matter what, the public money seems to go his way. And I truly believe it's because of how scary he looks as a human being.
Yeah, that and people know who he is from the Dallas Cowboys, right? Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, here's what's funny for that. Like, imagine going into a fight, like, yeah, sure, I'll take the NFL fighter. Yeah, but you also look like anyway, you know what? Like, I'm going to move on from that.
Overall, it's going to be a great card. Tune in, UFC this Saturday, December 19th. For us, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter. Our picks go up all of there, along with all of our other content, clips of our videos from YouTube. Other great MMA content is on the Kaizen MMA. Make sure you check it all out. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe, give us a comment, engage in conversation, whatever you may want to do to kind of further this. Anything else, Siraj?
No, man, everything. You just hit nail on the head. Like, let's finish the year strong. This is the last fight card for us. We're going to be going real hard at this one, just to have some fun with it. We're really excited for the next couple weeks to be able to develop, our niche, our market. It's going to be really fun for us, and so we're really excited for 2021. And if we don't really, since we don't have a card, as the vet, the bet, and the casual, happy holidays, happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you for the next card. But maybe we get you some new content in that time. We shall see.
Yeah, perfect. You said it best, man. Happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for all your support. And Siraj, great seeing you as always, man.
You, my boy. I love you. Peace.
Take care.